Welcome back to our vintage playthrough. I'm just going to get the snow plow unhooked. I think winter is well over with. There's a possibility we could get snow, but I think it's done for. We'll just put it back in the entrance area where we got it. Make it a little easier this time to get at. Yeah, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to get this off on a cultivator. The worker can do it. Let's see, it was by the field, right? Yeah. We're going to, because that's actually this month here in March. We got obviously two days in the month. But we got to get this off. We might as well put this off on a worker so they can do this while we got to get some sales done. They can do the busy work for us. Actually, I don't think we've ever cultivated in this series yet, have we? Let's just take a look at the state if we cultivate a little bit. Maybe we did do it once. Let's see where we're at. pH is still looking really good. Yeah, let's put this off on a worker. Let's see, do we got him doing the headlands? Up, down. Let's have them do the headlands first. And they can have at it. And we will actually get our honey sold first. It's time. We skipped the last year. So this will be the first time we're going to be selling honey. Let's see, it's the best way to load this. We could probably back up. And then we can swing it this way. Something similar to that. All passive income. Got quite the stock of beehives. But really, it still doesn't really produce that much. Going from Farm Sim 22 to 25 is really big difference in the production of what you get out of the honey. It's just, it takes a lot more to get anything. Because you see how many hives we have, and it's crazy that we'd hardly get anything. This was actually like 2 years worth. Oh, maybe a year and a half, because we started in like August. And it's March, so we'll get a little bit more. Well, actually, a year. We'll see. I'm not expecting too much. It's just to help us along. And then we also have to do our silage bales. It's our big payday month for that. But we'll go drop this over there. The meadow grass has grown back on the cow pasture, so we really don't have to worry about feeding them. Oh no, I'm gonna get them started jiggling again. Let's see, first things first, let's get the... Hopefully they're gonna do alright. Get these locked in. And we are going to be going to the farmer's market. Let's head on over. That's actually really close by. It's always great. That's right, we gotta take this other road. I don't think we actually... Oh, do we own this spot right here? Let's check. I don't think that land is ours. I'm not absolutely sure. Not enough money. We must own it if that came up. Let's double check with something a little more boxier. Land is not owned by you. That would be nice if we did. We could cut these trees down, put a field in here or something. What about these two here? Are we able to buy them separate? Just curious. We can, and they're 35. They're not too bad for price. 35, 36. That might be fun to do. But our hands are quite full right now. Yeah, and I was thinking about where we're gonna go with the equipment and stuff. The polls are pretty close about changing the shed or just the equipment. I'm gonna have to lean, if I'm gonna be the tiebreaker, it's going to be we'll just do some of the equipment, and I don't think we're gonna go like crazy advanced either. Let's see what we're gonna get here. Oh, that's right, we gotta go ahead a little bit. 1,800 liters. Bam, bam. 6,490 and 131 environmental. Yeah, so if I'm going to be the tiebreaker, like I said, I want to probably just keep the buildings, of course. They're just so gorgeous, and I would hate to get rid of them. Obviously, I could pull the save and then keep a copy, but I think it would just be a disservice. The one thing I did say we could maybe change is the horse pasture area. If we put something else, maybe put a couple greenhouses in instead. I don't know yet. I wanted to get some use out of the horse mechanic, the horse whole operation, because I hardly ever do it in a playthrough. It'd be nice to keep doing that for a little bit at least. They do take a while to raise up though, but they're definitely pretty easy on food. Oh, we also have to top up our cows with water too. I gotta remember that before we advance. Oh, that's right. We got straw bales to do. Or excuse me, silage bales. They both start with us. I guess we'll be facing the right way here. Ain't too bad to use the mirror. They're a little zoomed in though. Should be somewhat good there. Yeah, let's just get all these uncovered. They'll quit jiggling on us. But yeah, I think if we went a little bit more, like I said, I wanted to get that international. We don't have to go too crazy. And I think what we might do, because I was really thinking about that, for the next map, whatever money we end up with on this playthrough, let's go forward a little bit here on this truck. We can carry that money over to that next playthrough. That might make it a little more interesting. That way, when we start getting more money here, we will just basically kind of pocket it. And obviously we don't want to hinder our operation here, but once we can kind of get that other international, maybe sell a couple of the other older tractors, but we're kind of like on cruise control. Maybe buy some more land or something. And then what I think we'd end up doing is like selling the equipment. We'll sell all the equipment when we're gonna call it quits on this series, and then whatever our total is, we'll take that money as we travel to the new map. And then we'll be able to have a nice starting capital from there. It's kind of like almost like a continuation. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments about that idea. I thought it'd be kind of cool to do that. It's different from starting off with like 100,000 or, you know, giving us 1 million and then trying to do that. I think I'm going to do a South American map. That's what I got my eye on. Just so we're aware, unless something else comes in. But it would really switch it up going to like South American map. That map is actually pretty gorgeous. I can't remember the name of it, but off the top of my head right now. Come on now. Cooperate, Bales. Cooperate. Oh, it's being stubborn. I guess we could always load them this way. Sold bales, 23,478. Awesome, man. We're up to 55,000. We have to, I believe we have to sell our cows, right? I forgot all about that. We look on that. They need water too. We'll probably get that taken care of. But yeah, they're 36. So this is supposed to be the top price. Maybe we should go ahead one more month just to confirm that that is the top. I believe it is. Is it in the help section? I don't think it really tells us in here when the top is. I had to just look it up online, but it kind of, I wish it really was in the game. So you wouldn't have to look around. Yeah, you get maturity at 18, but it doesn't tell you when the top is. They got a very nice breakdown here. Base game, precision farming. Yeah, they got some good help menus, but they need... It feels like there just needs to be a few more things added. But yeah, I don't see anything about when to sell the animals. They really should have that in the menu there. But I believe it's 36. This is the top price, right? Let's double check the... Let's see... Cows... Or wait a minute, it doesn't even tell you. We could sell them whenever, I guess it's just the age of having them. I was thinking that there's a better time to sell them. A lot of things I think about in this game when you think about it. So it looks like our worker completed the cultivation. So we got to get the sunflowers planted. We're going to have to get them fertilized. We'll probably use some manure with the old spreader. Haven't done that for a while. We could do well, we could plant today, and then we'll do the March 2nd. We'll get some fertilizer done. And then, yeah, we could skip to April. And then we could probably sell those cattle. But we do need to get them topped up with some water. So let's do that quick here. The cows are low, and then whatever we have... Actually, I think we have to make a few rounds on the pigs as well. We want to make sure they don't go thirsty, especially if we're going to advance one more month, otherwise we'd lose the high price, because their health is going to go downhill if we don't get them topped up. Okay, I think we'll go with that. 18 months, their water's topped up. Yeah, that wasn't too bad to fill the pigs up. That fill up pretty quickly compared to the cow pasture. We need to get going on that planting. If we get that taken care of. Yeah, we're probably not going to get to the cow sale in this episode. I was kind of looking forward to doing that. But that gives us something really to have exciting to do in the next episode as well. Because that is our first time selling our animals. We have to use our transportation trailer sitting there. And I think, do we have 5? We'll have to see how many we can put in there. We might have to make a couple trips, depending on how that goes. But we gotta get our sunflowers planted so we can get them fertilized. And then we'll have the other month to do corn coming up in April. That was the whole idea. Definitely starting to pick up with the busyness, that's for sure. Yeah, we got to get the planter out, so let's stay out of the way. Maybe we should have put this in the other shed, but so we'll just park it here. We won't need the cedar this year, so that's kind of nice. How good did they do? It looks like they did a really good job. Like I said, I'm always impressed with the workers on 25 for how far they've come. They sometimes screw up, but for the most part, it's a game changer to what we had in 22. Let's see, we need to... Should we keep the disc outside? We probably should. We're gonna clean up some of that junk. We could put the mower by the... We could clean up this junk pile too. Maybe we should do that. It's time, I think. We'll get this cleaned up. We're gonna get $12 for it. Done. Let me put some grass in there. And then we got more room to park some stuff outside here. We could probably start using workers more often too, but I figured we got to get the fertilizer. Remember we said a couple pallets of fertilizer. We're gonna have to get that put into the planter. Pretty sure there was a section in that one. The seeder didn't have a fertilizer section, but the planter did. We'll use that to burn up. So actually, now that I think about it, we probably won't have to spread manure, which will save us a step. So actually it's looking up. We'll get both done in one go here. And it'll actually be at the top because if we spread manure, it would probably take a couple times. It's not as potent as using regular fertilizer. Yep, so we got a section for fertilizer. Let's, yeah, we're gonna need the skid steer for this. What's the best way here? Let's just pull it straight through and then we'll bring it over. Can we open up the, there we go. I think that's both sections. I guess we'll find out. Seeds goes in the back and then the fertilizer up above here. Yeah, once we get the handbags, we'll get rid of that. We could throw them in there, but like I said, for the most part, I really do want to stick with the, like I said, organic fertilizer. Well, let's get these two used up so we get rid of these pallets. We'll see how quickly it uses it up too. Maybe it'll last quite a while. Are these both full? I think. 1,000 liters, yeah. It's heavy. It is heavy. I can't imagine it's gonna take all 1,000 liters. We're already so tippage right now. They're gonna accept. There we go. Gotta be up a little ways too. And there we go. That took about 500. So it might actually take us... Oh man. It might take us a while too. That's wonderful. Take a while to burn through this. Who knows? Maybe it'll go fast. We'll just leave it there for now. Alright, we got sunflowers on. We'll see how well this goes. Steering assist, yeah, we'll do the headlands. And I think, let's see, we got application rates, and then, yeah, it should be good to go. So let's fire it up. Actually, this one's passive. And we are off. How does our mini-map look? Yes, we can see the nitrogen. Let's take a look here. Look at that. Perfect nitrogen. And we got a roll too, I forgot about that. Probably put that off on a worker while we sell cows on the next episode. Excellent. This is going to be really good then. Really good harvest. And we are planted. Sunflowers are ready to go. We'll have to roll here on the next episode. Like I said, we'll probably put that off on a worker. In fact, I'm gonna hook up the roller so I don't forget. This is so funny that you can ride along. So if you have multiplayer, you could actually ride on the back of this while somebody else is pulling. It's cool, but I keep constantly hitting that. So it kind of gets old after a while, but in multiplayer I could see that being fun. We'll park the cedar down here because we are going to be planting corn here before too long. Yeah, that fertilizer is going to last us quite a while. So that is good there. We still got a whole nother pallet. Maybe we'll probably top up the rest of it after we get that field planted. Oh, that skid steer is probably in the way. We're going to have to move that, I think. Yeah, we'll just get the roller ready. Yeah, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to call it there on this episode. On the next one, like I said, we'll put the roller off on a worker. And then we'll have to also... Well, we look at selling our cattle. It's going to be real exciting. I think how many do we have to sell? Let's see, we got 18. These ones are actually at... Oh, I'm looking at pigs. Yeah, so 36 months. So we got 10 cows to sell at 3,500 a piece. That's some nice money. I want to actually go do that in April so we can see if the price stays the same or decreases, just like I said, just to confirm that it is 36. Pretty sure that it is, but again, I wish it was in-game and it told you there. There's nothing in the help menu. If anybody knows, like, if there is something in-game that tells you when to sell the animals, please let me know, because I would love to be able to have that to look at in-game instead of having to go through all the work of researching on the internet and figuring that out. We'll leave this right here. Yeah, so I think without further ado, we'll call it there for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.